Yeah, music I think is just another it's another way to expand and explore the world within your own comfort zone and within the confines of your house or your iPod or whatever. And it's a really beautiful and incredible way to do that. It's like my favorite way to do that.
Both of my parents, throughout like all their life, they've been listening to music, and so like when I grew up, we always had music on. If we went on road trips, my mom was blasting cheesy 70s and 80s music in the car. Then my dad, when he would cook, he would be blasting like Grateful Dead or the Allman Brothers or just anything that he's really looking into. So that's why like I think I got into music because of that. Like it always attracted me. My first instrument was a Fender or a Squire Bullet. This neck is from this guitar. It's not this guitar, but the neck is from it. That was my dad's, and I just found it like in our basement of our house.
From a very young age, my dad was trying to kind of force music onto me. So ever since I could walk, he would have me playing drums. And when I was like, I don't know, 5 or something, I decided I don't really like it, not that interested. When he thought it was a lost cause, then that was when I got into it.
I am recording some stuff, dropping an EP soon. Right now it's been kind of like indie vibes, cool chord progressions. That's what I've been really liking right now. Like my most influential band?
I guess Mac DeMarco.
My first instrument was the saxophone, and I started playing it in like 4th grade at King Arts. And I don't know, I didn't take it that seriously until like 8th grade when I had my audition for Shy Arts where I go now. My dad is a producer, but I didn't grow up with him. I grew up with my mom, and she like raised me up by herself. And she was just always playing music and taking me. When I was like 11 months old, I saw Erykah Badu. So it's like I always been like tapping on stuff too, like messing around, but like it wasn't until like when I first started playing saxophone, and then I started playing guitar, and then it like came. I forgot the rest. From top. Go on. I feel like it's a learning process. Like music is a learning process. I don't feel like older musicians should judge younger musicians because we're learning. I don't know. It's like a journey. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like a journey through listening to music. It's like you move on, and there's like stuff comes and goes.
I started off playing guitar. I got a guitar for Christmas when I was like 12, and then slowly just started doing more guitar and learned piano along there. Well, my parents were both musicians, and they met through like a mutual gig or whatever, so they started playing, and then when they had kids, we just turned out like them. So, I don't know, I do a lot of recording and a lot of like writing of my own original music. I'm trying more to like find my sound and do less covers and all that stuff. So a lot of that. I was doing a benefit for an aunt who had brain cancer or a brain tumor, and that was the first time I ever performed my originals that I actually liked in front of a crowd, not just recorded in my bedroom. Being able to perform something that I had written and not something somebody else had written was definitely like a pivotal moment, I think. I don't know, I think before it was like nerve-wracking and I worried a lot what other people thought about me, and I think now it's more that like I feel like I need to do this and I need to perform to like be able to like breathe again in a way. Like when I get on stage, it's like at first it's nerve-wracking and then it's like, okay, like this is normal, like this is my element sort of. The idea of just an acoustic guitar and a voice, like I love pop music. Now I'm getting more into like heavy bass and like a lot of synth sort of 80s retro vibes, but I also still really like dialing it back. I think now it's very much strict sort of genres, like there's pop and there's rock, and if you don't fit into like, you know, if you can't be played on a certain radio station, then it's kind of like, well, where do you fit in? You don't really go anywhere then. Very much staying true to yourself and being like, well, I like this, so I'm gonna play it and like record it and everything. But also being like, well, I also like what they were doing, and then adding that into your own sort of style. I don't know. I think everybody needs their own sort of like outlet, and I think music for a lot of people is exactly what they need. Like when I found it, it was exactly what I'd been looking for. Alright.
So I guess I'm selfish for wanting you. So I guess I don't deserve to know the truth. And how was it so easy for you?
I'm 18 and I'm young and I'm not really even in the scene. And I'm not established, and already if I hear about someone who's like 14 and making music, I'm like, what's the fuck do you do? So I totally understand why, like, if you're, 30 and you're trying to make it, the idea that there's a younger generation is like so terrifying. A lot of the older musicians that I've come in contact with through going to shows or through sending my music to them or whatever have been like so encouraging. Mostly I see people using their power and age for good and not evil, which is really nice. So I would make the music that you want to hear, not the music that you think other people want to hear, not the music that you would like yourself to be making, but the music that you want to be listening to. Without music, I'd be a jock. That's not at all true. I would find some other substitute, maybe books or movies or something, but I've used music as like a foundation to base other parts of my identity and other ways I think about things on.
I'd probably do like another art, like be like draw, whatever that makes. But I wouldn't be the same. Like music has like made me go through things where it's like I wouldn't be the person where I am now. Through like doing shows, like doing gigs and just like hanging with like other musicians and stuff that like open your mind about not just music but like life and stuff, which is pretty cool.
I would be a very different person in a sense that I wouldn't know myself as well. Like I'll sometimes write music and then it just sort of flows out and I don't even realize like what I'm writing about or like that I've been feeling that way for a while, and then I learn more about myself every time I write a song or even I listen to a song and I'm like, wow, that actually means something to me. I think I know myself a lot better when I know music.
Just made me less shy in general, more extroverted. Like before music, I don't know, I didn't really put myself out there. And once I found music, now I feel very like I don't really care about how others perceive me.
Without music, I don't know who I would be. I'm just kind of letting the cards unfold, playing the game one quarter at a time. Cut.
It's so beautiful. Thank you. What's that called? I'm Not Dear.